Today we are going to be looking at social vices, which drug or substance abuse is one of them, and cyberbullying. You wonder, what has that got to do with drug or substance abuse? They are intertwined, and one leads to the other. While we were on break, because while I was going through this, it's a new trend that we have discovered with a lot of people coming for either rehab or people that talk to us. We discovered that most of them went into drug at one point or the other, as a result of how the society view them, how their friends view them, what they see on the internet, what some of us type on the internet, what we send, or what group we belong to. You observe also that lately you find pastors battering, saying different things about each other. And you see their followers want to tilt to this side. And so sometimes when the other group is becoming too hot, it somehow affects the way you think. I love when I came in and I heard what our daddy was saying. It was a link, and I was beginning to link a whole lot together. Thank you very much. I'm privileged to have listened to all you have said. God bless and continue to expand you. Proverbs chapter 23 verse 7 says, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so he is." Self-confidence is something that you have to be intentional about. What is self-confidence? You don't care if people like you, but you are who you are. Daddy said something too. He said, parents should be intentional about our children. How do you train your children? I have 45 minutes, so I'm going to wrap everything up. Okay? We've talked about drug here most often. Now, these young children that are seated there, students, please come and sit here. Come and sit here. We have children of 9, 8 abusing drug now. And so we equally have 80, 85. And at that stage, we say, let's manage them. They will soon go. But Daddy said something. The candles, somebody up to 100, and we say we are managing them. It's going to be a time of pain for them for that period. All right. What is drug? Do you know what drug is? Students, do you know what drug is? You know? What is drug? I want one of you to tell me. Okay, tell me.
Drug is a substance that you use to get better.
Good. To a medical doctor, drug is anything you use to make you get better. But for the purpose of this, why we are here today, drug is any chemical substance, okay, which when you take into your body. Now, taking it could be through drinking, it could be through sniffing, it could be through rubbing it. There are so many drugs every day. There are some that you just place behind your ears and you get the feelings that when you take it into your body, alters the way you think. That means it changes your perspective about what you feel or see or the sounds you hear. Do you understand now? Anything you take, it could be ordinary water that you are not sure has been laced. The moment you take it and it distorts your perception, it's a drug. Do we understand? Students, do we understand? It means when you visit your friend and you take anything and you begin to feel somehow, speak to somebody. Possibly that thing has been tampered with. Okay? So, there are different types of drugs that people take. We have the stimulants. The stimulants helps to speed up the activities of the brain. You see, somebody will be acting very fast, doing things, quickly. It alters the way the brain is supposed to work, but it speeds it up. We have opiates or narcotics. These ones are pain relievers. People take them to relieve pain. But the continuous take of that, because it works on the central nervous system too, and slows down the ability of the brain to function the way it's supposed to function. All right? And also the nervous system. We have cannabis. Cannabis could be weed, could be marijuana. That's other name for them. And what does Indian hemp do? Indian hemp acts on the brain and affects the way you receive things, the way you perceive things. It affects your coordination. You are supposed to be standing. Now there's a new drug in town that when you take it, you don't sleep normal, so to say. You see somebody sleeping for 30 minutes, standing like this, and he's gone. The person is gone. The videos are everywhere. We can see them. When you go to parties and people give you balloons, adults, they give you balloons to blow. You see people blowing balloons, and as you're blowing it, you are inhaling it, and it begins to affect you. You see, grown up, maybe they didn't blow balloon when they were small, so they will give them, and they think it's normal thing. Then they begin to blow it. Before you know it, it begins to affect you. Then we have hallucinogens. These are drugs that also distort a person's thoughts. That's the time you begin to see things that are not visual to us, to your mommy, to your daddy, to your guardians. They don't see it, but you are seeing it. You are equally hearing sounds that others are not hearing. You are also feeling things. Like a young man that said, he went to his family and said that while he was sleeping, some people came and operated him and removed his intestine. And his family members believed him in Tudunwada, just down the road there. They believed. No, this is not true. Was there a court? No, there are Akwemayu. The guy was hallucinating at that point. And the way they paint it, you think it is true. And at the end of the day, the young man died because they were still praying and thinking prayer is good, but when medical attention is needed, let us seek for that. We also have inhalants. These are common things we have at home. Gasoline, petrol, nail polish, and you see people sniffing them. These things in themselves are not drug. But when we inhale them, they distort, because of the chemicals in them, they distort the way we see and perceive things. Why? Now, let's see stages of drug abuse. We have the occasional users. No, let's start with experimental. At this point, you just feel that, you are not man enough. I saw some students in one school in Lagos. In the hostel is a very disturbing video of GS1, GS2, and they were just sharing these things. At that time, they said, just try it now. Just try it. It's everywhere on the social media. I don't know if we have seen it. When I saw it, I had chilies all over me. They were sweating, and they were still exchanging these things. God will help our children. Then, at that stage, they will just tell you, take. It doesn't do anything. And the moment you take, there are some drugs that it's better in fact, the whole drug is better not to start at all. Because when you start, getting off it is difficult. It's cheaper not to start. Okay? Then we have the occasional users. For the adults now, I don't use my money to buy anything, alcohol, drugs, or alcohol, by the way, is a gateway drug. When you start taking it, before you know it, you take one bottle, your body develops tolerance to it. You seek for 2. Before you know, you seek for 3, and you become an alcoholic or a drunk. And from there, you can even take anything the moment your body wants it. Then we have the regular use. Now, I was talking about the occasional use when you go for party. Well, gradually, the day you don't get party for 1 week, you use your money to buy it. And at that point, you become a regular user. At that regular user's point, you use your money to buy. You seek for the drug. You just want to go to anywhere that there's party because you want to take. Then the last stage is the dependency stage. At this stage, you can no longer do without any of these drugs that we have mentioned here. At this stage, you want to sell the sellables. You want to hurt people in order to get money for your supply. You want to go into things that are ungodly. But as children of God, the theme, if you dwell under the secret place of the Most High, you're going to find strength. You'll find resilience. These things will come. Temptations will come. But the ability to remain in God's dwelling place will make you to stand distinct from it. Okay? So what are the excuses? Why do you people take drugs? Why do people take drugs? Example is the cyberbullying I talked about. They were laughing at me and all that. Then we have peer pressure. Because your friends are doing it, you want to do it. We have curiosity. What do they feel? I just want to have a feel somehow. Sometimes we have stress. Maybe from schoolwork, from our place of work and all that. Then the worst is the family disintegration, when family begin to have problems. These children were not asked to be brought into the world. But then as children, even when there's a problem in your family, like Daddy said, I don't know those of you, you have a purpose. You have a mission while you are here. He said it, the way you were born doesn't matter. Your individuality, your person is what matters. What am I here for? I want to be an engineer. Good. How do I engineer? The work is not coming. I can do something. He talked about skills. And that's why we keep encouraging. Even if your parents don't allow you to, or they didn't take you for skill acquisition, look for what you like. Go and beg somebody. God will place you in that person's heart. You learn. We're talking about tailoring, repairing of phones. Now there's another new thing that is in town. And I didn't know that it could be expensive until my daughter showed interest. Crocheting. We paid $25,000 for 3 weeks. Crocheting this at Makasako. That time in the olden days, you want to carry Christmas food. They will put it on the Christmas food. It's coming back. And children love such things. Just look for somewhere, put them during holidays. Unemployment too for youth. You went out since morning, you came back. That's not the end of it. There's a purpose. Pray to God. God will open your eyes to see. First, believe in enhancement of performance. People believe that when you take this drug, it enhances your performance. Now, what are the signs for you to know that somebody is taking drugs? There are different signs for you to know. Number one, you find the drug itself with them, if you know them, because some drugs are designed in such a way that you think they are sweets. They are shapes. I saw one. The shape is so fantastic. I was like, what is this? It was my colleague that was saying, you don't know it. I said, no. So you find the drug, the possession of the drug, or drug-related things, the paraphernalias they use. Example, as you go into your friend's room, you see, you know these things they use to pass water when one is sick, these lines in the hospital. Or you find a tiny rope in somebody's room. What is he doing with it? At that point, maybe the person is injecting, so he needs to tie his hand to get his vein. Okay? So, example, you find lighters in the room. Sometimes you find spoons, dented spoons. That's eating spoon. Because they will have to heat some of those drugs. So when you see those spoons, sometimes you find empty tin of Bonvita, Milo, anything that has cover, where they can put the remnants, the butts, and all that. Be intentional sometimes. Use your hand to rub the floor. If you see any small buttons, seeds, these are some of the things you look out for. You find a child doing well, and all of a sudden there's memory relapse, is a sign. Also, you find the eye of a young boy. If I bring out any young boy, you see their eyes, very white. All of a sudden, you begin to see bloodshot eyes. You begin to see lines of blood on their eye. Please, let's check. Then, you find the person doing well in school at a point, then the person begins to decline, is a sign. The child becomes too hostile to handle. Before you say one, what is it now, mommy? What is it? And all that. Poor hygiene, is not ready to take his bath. They say male children don't like taking their bath at a certain stage. True. But the moment you say, go, they will go. But for somebody that has started experimenting on drug from now till tomorrow, he will not answer you. The early stage, he might, but the moment he's getting deep into it, he will no longer respond to you. Then you find out that sometimes some of them, the song they are singing, it's no longer the praise and worship you know. It's either Amen, all these songs, all these songs by people they have seen as their role model. Their hairstyle, you find out, the one that is trending now is seeing them with 7 colors on their hair. They will barb their hair. At a point we thought that, okay, but not barbing of hair, it was a sign. We discovered that some will even not barb their hair. Some will have dread as long as this. They are not taking drugs. Then some now you find out they'll have green, yellow, red, white. Green, that's a Rastafarian color. They want to wear shirts that have their logos. They want to sing. They want to have magazines. They want to read more about their models. All these are signs we should look out for. As parents, as children, when you visit your friends, these are things the moment you see some of these things I have mentioned, run. You know that thing they say on social media, run, oh, run. Okay? Now, what are the consequences of these things? There are so many people around, we can see them. Now, we can't see some of the internal things they are going through, but we can see the physical. Somebody that is very rich and all of a sudden, he doesn't have money again because that person must maintain his source of supply. Now, we have the physical. The physical has to do with liver damage, heart disease, HIV, and premature death. What has HIV got to do with drugs? I told you they pass needles. And the moment the person is high, the next person is waiting. because the body has developed tolerance. And at that moment, he just wants to get his supply. So they share needles from time to time. Then there's also the psychological, which is anxiety. Anybody you talk to, especially young children, what is your problem? I'm depressed. You ask them what leads to depression. They ask me to go to school without car. Hey, children, little things are, making children to tell you they are depressed. For the things we said, as some parents have said, I suffer, my pikin no go suffer. And so it's coming back to us. Let these children live their life. Then we have the social consequence, which is family disintegration, which I've talked about. We talked about crime. You see them selling things, prostitution. People that were not into it before, they go into it because they need supply for their drugs. Now, we've talked about drug, and that is it. I've told you about the consequence. I've told you what to look out for. I've explained what drugs are, types of drug. Let's talk about bullying. That is what is the hinting now. Now, do we have a bully in the house? Do we have a bully? Have you once at a point when you were in secondary school, you were a bully, where when you are coming, everybody will have to hide. And that time it was still better. But now, I don't know if we followed the case of this woman that took her son to Deeper Life Secondary School in Lagos. The son was bullied to the point that the boy became withdrawn, and thank God for his mother that stood her ground. That boy is a changed person. If she didn't take notes, that boy would have fallen into drugs because he couldn't take it any longer. All right. Bullying is a repeated, unwanted action that hurts other people. You do things that hurt other people. It could be online, mostly online, since we are talking about cyber. It could be attack on persons, dignity. It could be where the person worships. It could be how the person is dressing. And that's why I talked about self-confidence at the beginning. What other people think about you does not matter. What do you think about yourself? All right? Now, what are the effects of this bullying? I'm going to leave the soft copy with them so that from time to time you can go through it. Now, we have depression, we have anxiety, we have self-harm, where people harm themselves because you have laughed about them, you've talked about them. We are all not born to be taking first position in our classes. We are not born to be head boys or head girls. We are all not born to wear, what's the latest fashion? Is it Nike? Tell me now, students. What canvas is raining now? Nike. We are not born to wear it. That's why we have China-made Nike that you can wear. So if your mom cannot provide you the things you need, believe in yourself that one day you will work and earn money and provide that which you want. We are not born to eat egg. Or some of us can eat egg. Some of us will eat vegetable. And we will have balanced diet. So let's be intentional about this. Now, but those under God's shadows are reminded of their what? Remember, you are worthy before God. You are specially made by God. Refusing to let the words of bullies define you is key. Look at you. You are a triangular student. When we are doing social gathering, you don't come. You come from the hostel, you go to the class. From the class, you go to church, back to the hostel. And you begin to feel that somebody is talking down on you. Look at you, mommy's boy. He can't take decision. And you're not proud of your mommy. They are leading you gradually into what your mommy will not be proud of you. Okay? Let's see what Proverbs 12:18 says. He said, the words of the reckless pierce like sword. It pierces like sword. But the tongue of the wise bring healing. What are you using your tongue to do? Now, let's see types of bullying. So we'll know which one we fall in and we work on ourselves. We have instant messaging. People are in their space, Facebook, Instagram, and all that. There's this woman that I give it to. She's married to one of these dwarfs. Is it Nkwobi? Yes, she has a daughter that looks like the husband. If you go on social media and you see how people use her space to insult the child. When they interviewed the husband, he said it's not that it doesn't hurt them. It hurts them the way they talk about the child. Say, it's money that made you marry him. But if he's in America, they will say it's true love. If the lady had married an American now, they say, we can say that. But over there, they will say, he found true love. So it is not on everything that you must comment on social media. You don't know what that comment is doing to the person reading it. Okay? Then there's also social gaming sites. These are sites where people go and talk about either football, you talk about games that you have played. But it has transcended beyond that now. You find out cases where I am for A, I'm for B, and we begin to even insult our spiritual fathers. All these are part of social gaming. How many of us know truth or dare? Do you know truth or dare? You know truth or dare? Mommy, do you know truth or dare? All right. I also want to ask you, do you know Call of Duty? Do you know Call of Duty? Code. You know code. Do we know it, elderly people? No. All right. Truth or dare? I dare you to pull your clothes. Or will slap you or beat you or you drink alcohol. Because, okay, I'm from a home that they say drinking or smoking is forbidden. I rather pull my clothes. So the students can pull their clothes, and if they have most schools even encourage usage of laptop, palm tops and all that, they snap you. When they snap you, it turns to, if you don't give us this, we will post it. Don't play truth or dare. Don't. It's not godly. Because when you start, you believe, okay, can you climb this? If you cannot climb it, come, let's flog it. It starts from there. Before you know it, when you leave school, you think it's normal. Then you start engaging in examples of what I have given you. There are so many games we don't know that these children are involved with. God will help us in Jesus' name. Then email, don't use your email to bully anyone. Texting, don't text people to insult them. If you bridle your tongue, you can equally, Daddy talked about the 3H, the head, your heart, and your hands. A lot of these things. Now, what are the effects? The effect is it can affect students mentally. For instance, the one they have taken his picture and posted it online. I know of a case that a school went for an exchange program, and the students were all in a room, and they filmed themselves doing all that and all that. I think that one of the girls committed suicide when her pictures were leaked on social media. Yes. Now, those that are bullied, like I said earlier, are at the risk of depression, anxiety, and self-harm. I've talked about that. Children and teens who bully are also at a high risk of misusing substance. Is it just ordinary for you to just be hurting people? Check very well. Most of those that they are ringleaders that will look forward to you are mommy's boy, come, let me make you hard. So once your children are or even your friends, they are talking about this person is a bully, run away from them. Run away from them. You see them not behaving normal. And like I said, they are intertwined. When you begin to bully someone over and over and again, and he cannot keep it to himself, he looks for an escape, which could be drugs to make him sleep, and gradually, or make him bold, or make him very active. And before you know, he's already into it. All right, cyberbullying also has a long-term effect. Sometimes it is when you want to campaign for governorship, they will bring it out. And they will begin to bring out a whole lot that you have forgotten about. So as much as we can, let's not do it to anyone. Yourself, don't get engaged. Once you see that the environment is not conducive, run away from that place. Okay? All right, let's see warnings. Now, warning, a child may not feel comfortable telling a trusted person about online bullying. Parents and teachers need to learn the warning signs. What are the warning signs? 1, a child doesn't sleep normal because he's not happy, doesn't sleep well. Even his eating habit, he's taking his food and the thoughts just come to him. This is what this person said. He cannot eat again. Or, they have my picture. They said they will post it. This child cannot sleep. He cannot eat. Change in mood, social interaction. He doesn't want to go out. Just normal sit out. He's scared. You see, he's always stressed, complaining of headache from time to time. He's no longer paying attention in school and suddenly loses interest in hobbies or activities that once was part of his life. These are signs that you look out. They are similar to drugs. If you look at what I mentioned earlier, they are similar. And gradually they are interwoven, kind of. Now, how to prevent it? Keep accounts private. If you have, if you're on Instagram, you are on Facebook, you are on TikTok, most everybody now is a content creator. Because you want, how many of you, do we have anyone that is being paid on his TikTok account? Here. We want to learn, so that maybe we'll have good content we can teach them. If you teach children content about the child will just go further into digging deep into a particular topic. If there are, please create time, teach them, instead of going online and doing things that are not okay, because we say keep your account private. And so if others are making money doing bad things, why don't we teach our own to make money with good content? All right? So if you are not making money, keep it private. Report harassment. If anybody harasses you, please report. And that person will be checkmate and brought into book. But if you allow him, he will keep doing it. Then the last one, avoiding unsafe content. I've talked about content. It's not every content you must comment on. You must be part of. Some people are making money. You are busy fighting, insulting. They insult my pastor today. And you find out that that's the trend. I'm bringing it to the church now because I'm in the church. That's the trend. They are insulting RCCG. Living Faith we are Christians. Is retaliating with insultive words. So when it comes to personal, you can imagine what will happen. Now, don't forget, above all, making God your dwelling place gives you wisdom to use technology responsibly and courage to stand against negative influence. They will always come because it's open to everybody. You post your picture sometimes, some people will say, look at you, you look like a monkey. You don't know this person, or you yourself gave him access to being your friend. Let's guide our hearts. Let's guide our hearts, for everything you do flows from it. Like he said, everything you do flows from your heart. You must have taught it. Now, social media addiction is something that we must also work on. Some of us don't want our children to disturb us. We buy them data to keep them busy. Are you sure of the sites they are visiting? Gradually, if you cannot, for you to make money, we've talked about money now. If you know you are not ready, don't click. And you know children are daring, youth are daring. They go to the next level and gradually, you see, they are introduced to social media addiction. These are two things. Once a child is glued to the screen 24 hours, it cannot function normally. It is just waiting for ways. Even if he cannot get money, they'll begin to steal to buy data for themselves. Let us balance these things. All right, I will conclude now. Say no to drug. Say no to bullying, no matter how it is. Your life, your health, and your future are far more valuable than any moment of false pleasure or negative influence. Pleasure from drug is just for a little while. If you see somebody abusing meth, if you see the person abusing meth, the moment the person sniffs it, you can see him smiling. He will smile for fulfillment. Give him 1 hour or so. The moment the drug wears off, he's back to his normal self. I have someone I know that was taking meth. The moment, he takes it, go for, and the United Nations has made a law now that you cannot force anyone to rehab. There must be a consent. So you can be watching him take it like this, and he tells you, no, I don't have problem. I'm just feeling nice. You let him be. Because if you force him to rehab, you will not get results, except the person has made up his mind. So all those things are temporary. You just enjoy them for a while and you are good. Choose discipline. Choose courage. Choose kindness. No matter who you see, no matter how someone appears, choose kindness. Everybody must not like you, but as a child of God, you must like all God's creature and creation. And always remember that he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. In God's presence, there is safety, there's healing, there's strength. There's also direction. If you are missing your way, seek God. He will guide you. Don't let vices, any of the vices I've mentioned here, or the ones I didn't mention, don't let any vices define who you are. That you are a strong boy because you are under influence of drug means you are not a strong boy or a girl. Let your value, what are your values? The knowledge of the word of God is your value. Let them define you, let them refine you, and they will anchor you. Psalm 46 verse 1. God is our refuge and our strength, a very present help in trouble. Let that be your watchword as you go through the new year of your conference. I wish you a happy conference and looking forward to a more enjoyable time with you guys. Thank you and God bless you. I will take few questions if there are any. Do we have questions? Is it that you didn't understand or you understood 100%? So let there be questions. Good.
Ma, when you were explaining that we should not do truth or dare, and you also mentioned Call of Duty, how does Call of Duty affect us? When you were saying that we should not do, you also said, how does Call of Duty affect us?
Okay, can you tell us? Okay, well, I talked about types of. Can you tell us what does code? What do you do in code? You play games. Okay, so when you meet your friends, what do you do? Huh? Okay, for your level. Now, we talked about football. Daddy talked about football. In code, we have Manchester, we have Arsenal, Chelsea, we have those ones. We have, in the same family, you have one person is Arsenal, one person is Man U, and like that. When they start arguing, sometimes some can burst themselves. Now, these children might not go into this football. It could be the games they are playing. And when you begin to talk down on somebody that didn't pass or win a game, can send the person to depression, and the person can go into drugs. Do you understand? So I'm not saying if you are doing your code in a way that, okay, maybe, for instance, there are a lot of Bible games that you can talk about and you gain knowledge. When you play your game, this race, the only thing he does is that it keeps you away from what does it keep you away from? You waste your time there, right? Meanwhile, you can learn skill there. You can read. Do you understand what I'm saying? So all works and no play make Jack a dull boy, but don't be immersed in playing those games to the point where you have 20 hours debating on who won a race and who didn't win a race, so that nobody talks down on you. You are a dullard. Why didn't you win just that small race? And you feel bad about it. Will you be happy if somebody say you are a dullard? You feel bad. So these things are coded in such a way that you think they are child's play. Gradually, you engage in deeper conversation. Do you understand? You do. Good. Is that all? Thank you very much.